All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about another formula. This is a formula to figure out what your payment would be given a certain amount of interest and how many months you are going to be paying back a loan. So this is incredibly useful if you are going to be buying a house or purchasing a car or paying back student loans or any of those sorts of things. This kind of this will give you a real good idea of how that works. So if you've ever I'm sure most of you have had to calculate this using an interest formula in a math class at some point. So this kind of takes a lot of the math out of it, and again, Excel does all the work for you. So what we have here is we have an interest rate. We have the number of payments, so this is the number of months that you're making the payments, and then we also have a loan amount. So how much are you actually taking a loan out for? The question is, how much are you going to have to pay every single month to have this loan? So we're going to go ahead and use a function to complete this. So we're going to go ahead and click in our monthly payment box to figure out what our formula is. I'm going to come to my Home tab, and I'm going to come over here to the auto sum and come down to more functions. Now the function that we're going to use is the PMT function for payment. So I'm going to double click on that one. And then, just like before, the bold parameters are the ones that are required. So we're going to go ahead and instead of actually typing in the numbers that we want, we're going to reference the cells because at any point we could change the numbers inside the cells, and we want to make sure that our formula gets automatically updated. So we always want to use cell references when possible. So the first things first is the rate. So we're going to select the cell that has the interest rate in it, which in this case is the 9%. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Now the thing is that this 9%, that's the interest rate for the entire year. We have to figure out what the interest rate is for a given month. So we have to make sure that we divide this interest rate by 12 in order to get our monthly interest rate. So whatever that number is, we just divide it by 12, gives us our monthly interest rate. Then we can come down to this N per, and as you can see down here, N per is the total number of payments for the loan. So you can see that's actually labeled quite nicely over here. Number of payments is going to be 36. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that cell to reference it, and we're good to go. Now remember, these are monthly payments. So if your loan says that it's 5 years, you have to make sure that you multiply the years by 12 to get the number of months. In this case, it just says the number of payments, so that's how many months you're going to be paying for it. So we don't have to do any extra calculations. You just go ahead and select that cell, and you're good to go. So the last required one is the PV. It's the present value. It's the total amount that a series of future payments is worth now. More or less, how much is the loan? So in this case, our loan is $12,000. As you can see here, loan amount $12,000. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that cell, and we're good to go. Again, no extra calculations need to be done or anything along those lines. It's just the total amount of the loan when you first took it out. From there, we just go ahead and click OK. And you'll see that this is going to come up, your total is going to come up red and in parentheses most likely, meaning that it's a negative number because it's an amount that's coming out of your paycheck, or that's coming out of your account that you have to pay. So in this case, if you had a $12,000 loan that you were going to be paying on for 3 years with a 9% interest rate, you would be paying about $381.60 every single month. Now, like I said, it's nice to use cell references because what if I decided instead of going for 36 months, I was going to take this out for 4 years and do 48 months. So if I change that value to 48 and I hit enter, you'll notice that my value instantly changes. So this is a very interesting thing to play around with. Like I said, when you are trying to buy a car, trying to figure out what can you actually afford, and you can go ahead and plug some different values in here. So that's a fun one to play around with. Again, we're going to practice with this in an upcoming lab. So give it a go, and let's see how everything plays out.